This is Gladiator PB, and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. Hello everybody. Now today we're going to be seeing how you should drive your heavy tanks. This isn't exactly about the E100, but it's about how to better yourself when you're driving your heavy tanks. Pretty much how to side scrape, and when you're a slower heavy tank, on how to deal with in-game situations when you've got a light or medium tank that is hard to catch. Now on this map, we're going to go town looking at the loadout of the teams, and we'll see if we can get a shot in there on this A100. We missed him, or was that a bounce? I didn't quite get to see that. But we're going to do some side scraping here in a second. And sorry about that. Still on the recovery. But we're going to side scrape in front of this E100. Put a shot in his lower plate and bounce his return shot. Or do our tracks take that one? We're waiting on our reload before we pop out again. You really don't want to expose yourself in your heavies until you've reloaded. Even if you think you can bounce. Put a shot. Oh, we took a shot from someone we can't see. We're going to go in. Our tracks take a shot. We repair them and get out of the way. Gonna wait for our reload again before we pop out. Now we got that 183, something we haven't seen, behind him, and that E100. We're gonna see if we can get a shot at the 183, but we just take two shots. All of them in the three shots, all of them in the track. But this, we're a little over angled, and in the E100, the flat turret, you have to angle that as well. So when I turn my turret towards those tanks in the back, I took damage. As in right there, I just took some damage. Because my turret was not angled. And my driver's dead. Or not driver, gunner. Waiting on a reload before we pop back out again. Now we have already blocked a serious amount of damage right now. We should have been dead at least once. This E100 is making a move on us, but I really don't want to peek out because he's got too much backup behind him. But that 183 is going to come around and he's going to put a shot into him, and I'm going to want to finish him off while I got his side. That's an extra tank out of the way as we bounce a shot as we duck into cover. Communicate with my team that I'm reloading. Sorry there. But once we reload, we're going to peek out and... well, actually, my bad. We're going to reverse and see if we can help this 183. We got a medium tank up behind us on the hill, but we got to help this 183. We're going to aim at him, and I make a misplay here. I should have aimed a little bit to the left of the gun mantlet, but if it would have flew true, it would have hit underneath the gun mantlet like I wanted it to, but you don't have the best accuracy in the E100, and it flew high into the gun mantlet. Now we're going to aim for... and now we're going to shoot in the correct spot. Shoot to the left of his gun mantlet, and it goes where we want it to. Now, we got a 140, a 122, a 183, and then I believe was a T30 back there. Trying to see if I can catch this 140 as he comes across. At least vision on him. Nothing. So we're gonna see, yep, there's T30, but we got spotted, so that 140 must have caught across there, but we didn't have the best view range, which you do not have in your... we took a bounce. There's that 140, sorry. But we bounce off of his frontal plate because it didn't shoot fast, or the bullet didn't travel fast enough. But what I was getting at was your heavies don't have the best view range, most of them. Therefore, you will be outspotted by medium tanks and light tanks, which is why you want to be where you can defend yourself like this town. If I would have went somewhere else on a different, let's say a different map, if I would have went out where I can get flanked easily, they could spot me from a distance as well and take me out before I can even spot them. But being here in this town, I've got buildings to help where they have to come in close to spot me, and then I can spot them as well. Now this T30 steps out to take a shot at us, but we are side scraping now, and he hits the building trying to aim for our lower plate. We gave him as little as possible, and he fluffed the shot. Now it's 3-on-3. We're going to see if we can put a shot in, and he disappeared even though we could see him. So we put a blind shot there, hoping it goes in. And it did. And the Jagdpanzer behind us takes him out. T-30 is telling us thank you, but I don't know why. Now, I know that 140 is the last one alive, so I'm going to base. See if we can get a side shot on him, but we can't. Now, this is very important. There's 1:50 left. I'm in the cap circle. You need 1:40 to cap. And I know that he can run away. I know there's a 183 over there, but my team can handle him. I want to be in the cap circle before 140, which it's 140 right now, or past 140, so I cannot leave. My team takes him out, so now we just have the 140 to worry about. And right now I'm ignoring the fact that he's up on the hill, but I see that he's coming, that I might be able to get a shot at him, so I'm going to try it. And I think I'm back on that's a bit greedy, because he could have came out and took a shot and, well, reset the cap, and we would have lost, unless my team got in the cap with me. But right now, the way he's going, he should be coming to our right. And we're going to angle our armor, as I figured, just kind of made that connection in game. I'm going to angle my armor a bit, so when he comes around where I think he's going to come, we can take him out. Now, this Moss is going to come right in front of me. I don't know if he was going to block the 140 if he came in. He might be deciding to do that, or deciding to spot him, so I am protected. But here comes this 140, put a shot into him, and we probably could have killed him, but we went on cap points, which is what you want to do. Now, looking at our first stat screen, it doesn't seem like we did anything amazing that game. We got second class, a steel wall, and 4,190 damage, with base experience of 1,121. And we move on over, and we did finish on top in damage but not experience. The Jagdpanzer E100 getting more experience than us. But when we look at the final stat screen, and we look at shots fired, 14, 10 direct hits, and 8 penetrations, 5 enemies damaged and 1 destroyed, 2 enemies spotted. That's kind of rare in your heavy tanks to be spotting enemy vehicles, but we spotted a heavy and a tank destroyer in town. And then we look at, well, we got assistance damage. I don't know if that's from spotting or tracking. But we look at hits received, 13. We have 8 penetrations, but quite a lot of those were track penetrations, and 5 without damage. Now, when I did the math, we blocked 5,180 damage this game. That's enough to kill us, I believe, twice, or just under twice. Now, when you effectively play your heavy tanks, you can do games like this, where you effectively block damage that could have killed you long before you were actually killed or the game is over. In doing so, you give you and your team a fighting chance at bringing in a victory. And hopefully this video highlights the fact that you got a side scrape and you don't have much view range in your heavy tanks. Now, there are some mediums that can side scrape, but we're talking about heavy tanks as of right now, and just about every heavy tank you have can side scrape. Well, not the French heavies. The French heavies really can't side scrape. The higher tier ones, the AMX 120, the AMX 50B, you know the one I'm talking about. But just about every heavy tank can side scrape. So use that to your advantage and side scrape. It will effectively increase your armor and your chances to live. Now, there are tanks that you can and can't side scrape against, but that just comes down to knowing your tank and on if you should peek out in front of certain tanks. Now, I hope this really helped you and that you learned something from this on how to drive your heavy tanks. And if you gained something off of this, please consider subscribing and leave a like on the video. Thank you and have a great day.